Ever wondered what happens when we transcend this mortal coil? In the grand tapestry of existence, we find ourselves pondering the inevitable question of what lies beyond. The concept of the afterlife, a subject that has fascinated humanity for thousands of years. Today, we turn to an old yet profound source of wisdom, the Bible, specifically Revelation 14:13. This verse is a beacon of light in our quest to understand the afterlife and the blessings that await those who die in the Lord. It's a phrase that stirs the soul, isn't it? Dying in the Lord, a concept that carries with it a depth of meaning and a promise of rest from earthly labors. It's a verse that invites us to explore, to question, to seek understanding. Today, we dive deep into the profound wisdom encapsulated in Revelation 14:13. As we journey through this exploration, may we find new insights and discover a greater understanding of the afterlife. The verse begins with a heavenly voice commanding, "Write, blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." This voice, emanating from the heavens, is a potent symbol of divine authority. It is not just a voice, but the voice of the Almighty, the Creator, the Supreme Being. In biblical literature, when the voice from heaven speaks, it's a signal of something momentous, something of immense significance. It's a divine decree, an edict from the highest authority there is. It's like the universe itself is speaking, and when that happens, we are wise to listen. This voice is instructing the listener to write, to record a message of great importance. And the message is this: "Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." Now, that's a phrase loaded with meaning. What does it mean to die in the Lord? It's a poetic way of saying those who die with their faith intact, their belief unshaken, their spirit aligned with the divine. It's about passing away in a state of spiritual harmony, in communion with the divine in the Lord. It's not just about the physical act of dying, but the spiritual state at the time of death. And what of the blessings this state of death brings? The verse doesn't explicitly spell them out, but the implication is clear. There is a reward, a divine favor, a heavenly blessing for those who die in this manner. It's a promise of peace, of rest, of a cessation of earthly struggles and labors. It's a promise of a glorious afterlife, a heavenly existence. It's a promise that their good works, their positive actions, their virtuous deeds won't be forgotten, but will follow them into the afterlife. The divine voice sets the tone for the rest of the verse, emphasizing the heavenly rewards awaiting those who die in the Lord. It's a message of hope, of comfort, of divine assurance. It's a reminder that death is not the end, but a transition, a passage into a new phase of existence, blessed and upheld by the Lord. "Yes," says the Spirit, "that they may rest from their labors, and their works follow them." This affirmation from the Spirit forms a cornerstone of the message we're exploring. It's a promise of tranquility, a guarantee of legacy, and an affirmation of the blessed state for those who die in the Lord. The Spirit's affirmation is more than just a statement. It's a powerful testament of the divine reassurance of a peaceful rest from toils and struggles. It's a soothing balm for those who labor and strive in the name of the Lord, a promise that their rest will be peaceful, serene, and well-deserved. This rest isn't just physical. It's a profound spiritual rest, a rest from the turmoil of the human condition, and a rest from the burdens and trials of this earthly life. But rest isn't the only promise here. The Spirit also affirms that their works follow them. Now, this is a concept that's both fascinating and comforting. It suggests that the deeds of those who die in the Lord endure beyond their physical lives. Their righteous actions, their acts of kindness, their sacrifices, and their love continue to resonate, to make a difference, even after they've departed from this world. This isn't about fame or recognition. It's about the enduring impact of good deeds, the lasting echo of a life well lived in the Lord. It's about how the seeds of kindness sown in one's lifetime continue to bear fruit long after they're gone. It's about how the ripples of a single act of love can touch countless lives in ways we can't even begin to comprehend. This affirmation from the Spirit is a powerful reminder that a life lived in the Lord is never wasted. Every struggle faced, every act of love, and every sacrifice made carries meaning and has an enduring impact. It's a call to live with purpose, to act with kindness, and to strive for righteousness, knowing that our labors are not in vain. The Spirit's affirmation underscores the eternal peace and the enduring impact of righteous deeds. It's a promise that offers comfort, hope, and a sense of purpose to all who strive in the Lord. The verse as a whole carries profound implications for our understanding of life, death, and the afterlife. This verse from Revelation chapter 14 verse 13 is not a solemn declaration of mortality, but a beacon of hope and promise. It first establishes the blessedness of those who die in the Lord. Now, this isn't a simple reference to those who pass away. It implies a life lived in accordance with the Lord's teachings, a life of righteousness, and a life of devotion. The death here is not merely the end of physical life, but a transition into a new existence, one that is free from the toils and troubles of our earthly sojourn. This verse, therefore, underscores the value of righteous living. It's not about the fear of death, but the love of life. A life lived well, with purpose and intention, in service to the Lord and to others. It's about finding joy in the journey, not merely the destination. It's about the works we do, the kindness we show, and the love we share. These are the things that follow us into the afterlife, becoming our legacy. But there's more. The verse also promises peace in the afterlife, a rest from labors. This is a profoundly comforting thought. After all, life can be hard, filled with trials and tribulations. The promise of a rest, of a peace that surpasses all understanding, can be a powerful source of hope and strength. It can inspire us to press on, to persevere, and to face our challenges with courage and faith. Lastly, this verse invites us to a life of service and devotion. It encourages us to live not just for ourselves, but for others too, to make a positive impact on the world around us. It reminds us that the true measure of a life well lived is not in the accumulation of wealth or achievements, but in the love we give and the lives we touch. Revelation 14:13, therefore, is not just about death, but also about how we should live our lives. It's a call to a life of righteousness, service, and devotion, a life that carries the promise of peace and rest in the afterlife. So what have we learned from our deep dive into Revelation 14:13? We've journeyed through the ethereal veil, probing the mysteries of the afterlife, and discovered a divine voice that echoes across the universe and within our souls. This divine voice, as we've discussed, is not just a whisper in the wind, but a resounding command. It instructs us to write, to document the truth of the blessedness of those who die in the Lord. It's a voice that demands attention, a voice that speaks with authority and loving intent. We also encountered the Spirit's affirmation. The Spirit, with a resounding yes, confirms the blessedness of those who die in the Lord. There is no ambiguity here. The Spirit's affirmation is a firm assurance, a testament to the divine promise that those who are faithful unto death will be rewarded with rest from their labors. The concept of dying in the Lord is a central theme in this verse. It's a concept that speaks to the heart of Christian faith and belief. To die in the Lord is to die in faith, in hope, in love. It's a death that brings about rest from the toils of earthly life and a transition into a state of blessedness. And finally, the implications of this verse for our understanding of life and afterlife are profound. It teaches us that death is not the end, but rather a beginning. Our works, the fruits of our faith, follow us into the afterlife. This verse encourages us to live lives of faith, hope, and love, knowing that our labors are not in vain, but will bear fruit even in death. Revelation 14:13, a verse of profound wisdom, offers us a comforting and inspiring perspective on life, death, and the afterlife. As we close this chapter, let's carry these insights in our hearts, allowing them to inspire and guide us in our journey through life and beyond.